Your money has arrived. Archangel Michael will give you 89 million in 10 minutes if you open this message now. This message is not about the money that fades, not about gold that rusts, not about treasures that pass from hand to hand and heart to heart until they're forgotten. This is about something holy. This is about the kind of wealth that reaches into heaven and touches earth. Your money has arrived is a declaration of divine fulfillment, not merely of financial gain, but of prophetic release, of breakthrough long delayed, now delivered. When heaven says your money has arrived, it means your dry season has expired and your harvest has broken open in the spiritual realm. Archangel Michael will give you 89 million in 10 minutes is not simply about currency. It is about supernatural abundance being dispatched by the armies of heaven in perfect order. It means what you've prayed for in private is now being answered in public. It means the God of angel armies has given a command for your favor to manifest. It means your name was read aloud in the courts of heaven and divine intervention was sent with urgency. This is not random. This is not a joke. It is a prophetic moment for those who have eyes to see and hearts to believe. If you've ever felt like the weight of debt, delay, or disappointment was going to bury you, then this is not the moment to scroll past. Stay until the very end of this message because what you're hearing right now is a turning point disguised as a video. Something is being released in the spirit realm that will never be revoked. Stay, because your obedience to listen now could unlock something you've cried over for years. If your heart believes even a little bit that God is sending this to you at the right time, then comment, Amen, right now. Let your agreement rise to heaven as a seed of faith. When heaven releases a word like, your money has arrived, it speaks to more than just the physical. It's a sign of restoration, of promises kept, of God remembering your name in the middle of a world that tried to forget you. It's like Elijah hearing the sound of rain when there wasn't a cloud in the sky. It's Joseph being pulled out of a prison cell after years of being overlooked. It's Ruth being noticed in the fields and brought into a legacy she never expected. This moment means that even though people gave up on you, heaven did not. God does not tease his children with empty hopes. He fulfills his word. He multiplies loaves and fishes. He turns water into wine. He cancels debts with one sentence. He opens red seas where there were no exits. He brings down manna in the desert and releases wealth through ravens. The arrival of your money is not a metaphor. It is a divine appointment dressed in obedience and delivered through belief. The 99 doors that closed on you were never your doors to begin with. This one, this moment, is yours. Let your spirit open now because something bigger is moving through these words. You are not poor. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not small. God has assigned angels concerning your provision. Archangel Michael does not move without divine command. That means heaven has spoken, and the warrior of God has moved on your behalf. 10 minutes may not seem like much, but when heaven moves, 10 minutes can rewrite decades. This is not fiction. It is faith meeting timing. What has been held back is being released. What has been resisted is breaking through. What was stored up in heavenly places is being poured out with no delay. The riches of God are not measured in paper or coins, they are measured in glory, and today glory is falling on your situation. If your spirit feels that fire, then take 1 second and like this video. Let it be a point of contact, a sign to heaven that you are ready to receive. God does not need your like to bless you, but your like is your declaration that you believe something greater is happening now. This is not about chasing money. This is about standing under an open heaven and catching what was already meant for you. This is about restoration of lost years. This is about recompense for every injustice. This is about repayment for every tear you sowed in silence. God has seen your nights, your hunger, your restraint, your tithes, your sacrifices when no one else did. This is the moment heaven answers. There is a supernatural transfer being spoken over you. God is changing your position. He is lifting the limits off your life. This is not just financial breakthrough, this is generational shift. What you receive now will affect your children's children. The overflow is not coming to impress others, it is coming to break cycles, to fund ministries, to release you from worry, to silence the lies of lack that have stalked your mind for years. If you believe in the power of divine release, type 1111 in the comments. Let your faith speak where your eyes cannot yet see. The number 89 is not random. It is prophetic. It represents the overflow, the double portion, the open door you were not qualified for but still received. It speaks of the God who does more than enough. God does not deal in barely getting by. His nature is abundance. He does not just feed the 5,000, he collects 12 baskets left over. He does not just heal, he restores. He does not just answer, he overwhelms. 10 minutes from now may look ordinary, but do not be fooled. When God moves, everything can shift in the blink of an eye. The shift begins in your spirit. It begins in your posture. It begins in your yes. That is why you're still reading this. That is why something inside you is rising. Because this is not just about money. It is about your destiny. It is about the evidence of God's hand on your life becoming undeniable. You are not disqualified because of your past. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, and heaven has chosen this moment to turn the page. You are a favored child of the King. You are anointed for this moment. What's being released now is a reward for endurance. A reward for faith. A reward for staying when it would have been easier to quit. Let no fear, no voice, no past mistake stop you from receiving what is being poured out. This wealth is not coming to change who you are. It is coming to reveal who you were always meant to be. God is setting you up to be a lender and not a borrower. To be a pillar, not a beggar. To stand in rooms you never imagined. To give without fear. To build without anxiety. To bless others with joy. This is divine positioning. You're not watching this by chance. You're being visited. You're being marked. You're being prepared. God does not miss, and He never arrives late. You are chosen. You are called. You are seen. You are loved. And your money has arrived. Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more heaven will reveal. This is just the beginning of something beautiful, something irreversible, something eternal. There's more to be unlocked, more to be spoken, more to be released. Keep reading, keep listening, keep believing. What God is doing now cannot be stopped, delayed, or reversed. The announcement was made, the angels were dispatched, and your name was written into the scrolls of blessing. When God says your money has arrived, it is not a vague promise. It is a precise fulfillment. And what He fulfills, He finishes. You are being pulled out of the shadows of struggle and placed under the spotlight of God's glory. This is not the time to look back at the years of lack. This is not the moment to question how or why. The heaven-sent answer is already here. God is not asking for your logic. He is asking for your trust. The angels are not negotiating with your doubt. They are responding to your faith. Archangel Michael is not just the protector. He is the warrior who moves with divine assignments. If he has been sent on your behalf, then the atmosphere around you is shifting. Your home is under divine covering. Your finances are under divine instruction. Your family is under divine restoration. The enemy does not get the last word here. God does. For every moment you lived wondering when it would finally be your turn, this is the answer. This is your turn. Your turn to rise. Your turn to see what overflow looks like. Your turn to taste the goodness of God in the land of the living. Every seed you planted in tears is about to return to you with joy. Every quiet yes you whispered in surrender is echoing now through eternity. God heard you. Heaven heard you. The wait was not wasted. The pain was not pointless. The obedience was not forgotten. If your heart is beginning to feel this, type 222 in the comments right now. Let the heavens see that you trust what is coming to you. This is a holy transaction. Not from man, not from systems, not from chance, but from God Himself. The hands that created the heavens and the earth are the same hands releasing provision over your life. This money is not to make you proud. It is to make you purposeful. You will bless others. You will build. You will rise without fear. You will no longer shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant to contain you. God is not limited by numbers. He is not restrained by systems. He is not confused by circumstances. He is the Lord who provides. Jehovah Jireh is His name. He fed Elijah in a famine. He gave Isaac a well in the middle of dry land. He gave Solomon wisdom and riches beyond imagination. He took David from the pasture to the palace. He is the same God, and He has not changed. The number 89 is not just a symbol of money. It is a prophetic code for the breakthrough that has no precedent. The kind that leaves people speechless. The kind that makes others wonder how you survived, how you got through, how you stepped into such favor. The answer will always be one thing: God. 10 minutes of divine favor can do what 10 years of labor cannot. 10 minutes of angelic release can erase a lifetime of debt. 10 minutes of open heaven can rewrite your entire family line. This is not fantasy. This is God's truth written through your life. You have lived long enough under the burden of barely enough. Long enough under fear and stress and anxiety about how to make ends meet. God did not create you to live in worry. He created you to walk in peace. And peace is not the absence of storms, it is the presence of God in the middle of them. This moment is your shift. The shaking around you is the evidence that heaven is moving. The silence before this word was not God's absence. It was the sound of heaven preparing something that could only be revealed when your heart was ready. And now, it is. Heaven knows your name. Heaven knows your address. Heaven knows every detail you never told anyone. And still, heaven calls you worthy. Do not let your past steal your promise. Do not let fear stop your forward. You are not here by accident. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. When Archangel Michael moves, he does not just bring a blessing, he clears the path. He removes the resistance. He fights what you cannot see. He breaks what tried to bind you. Your blessing is not arriving in pieces. It is coming in full. Not in portions. Not in leftovers. In full. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. That is the way of the kingdom. God is not giving you a taste to tease you. He is giving you more than enough because He trusts you to carry it well. He trusts you to steward what He gives. You are not unworthy. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. You are right on time, and heaven has waited for this moment with you. Do not underestimate what this could become. What you receive now is not only for you. It is for your children. It is for those watching your life and wondering if God still answers. You are becoming the proof that God still blesses, that God still shows up, that God still rescues. If you feel the warmth of this word settling in your chest, type 333 in the comments right now. Let that be your declaration of faith. No more silent suffering. No more internal battles. Speak what you believe. Heaven is listening. You are about to walk into rooms you were not trained for. You are about to step into opportunities you did not chase. You are about to receive phone calls that shift your reality. You are about to hear news that breaks you into grateful tears. All because God has said yes. The yes of God is final. It is louder than rejection. Stronger than delay. Greater than loss. His yes opens doors no one can shut. His yes breaks chains no one can explain. His yes delivers suddenly. So do not retreat. Do not doubt what you are feeling. The weight on your chest is lifting because the glory is arriving. The worry in your gut is melting because the peace of God is moving in. The tears in your eyes are not weakness. They are a response to the touch of God that is confirming everything you hoped was true. You are chosen. You are being visited. You are being trusted. God is handing you keys to things you once dreamed about and then gave up on. He is restoring what was taken. Rebuilding what was broken. Releasing what was held back. This is your time. Your money has arrived. Not just in your bank, but in your future. In your spirit. In your purpose. In your legacy. This is the beginning of more than enough. The beginning of divine strategy. The beginning of rest after years of warfare. What was hidden is being revealed. There is no more need to wait in confusion, no more need to sit in silence while wondering if God still sees you. He does. He always has. And now, He is proving it. When heaven declared, "Your money has arrived," it was not speaking only of financial gain. It was declaring the end of drought in every form, emotional, mental, physical, spiritual. The arrival of money from heaven's perspective is the arrival of solutions, healing, clarity, direction, and favor. It is the arrival of doors opening that were once shut so tightly you almost stopped knocking. But God has never stopped working. You are standing in a divine moment, one that eternity has waited for. All the pain that felt wasted is about to become part of your testimony. Every time you kept believing while you were breaking will now become the reason you carry double honor. This is not the season of just surviving. This is the season of stepping into everything heaven designed for you to carry. If you know that what you're hearing is not coincidence but confirmation, then type 555 in the comments. Let your faith rise with every number, every word, every breath. Archangel Michael has not just been sent to deliver resources but to guard the gate of your next level. The battles you fought silently, the resistance you felt without explanation, the spiritual weight that made no sense, all of it was because you were being prepared for this. Not to entertain it, but to carry it. Not to glimpse it, but to walk in it. Not to visit it, but to live in it. God is not placing favor in your life so it can fade after a moment. He is establishing you. He is anchoring the promise. He is ensuring that what comes next in your life cannot be shaken by people, systems, or storms. You've cried enough tears. Now heaven is placing laughter in your mouth and peace in your hands. The money that is arriving represents divine exchange. Where there was lack, there will be overflow. Where there was anxiety, there will be rest. Where there was fear, there will be confidence. You are stepping into rooms of clarity and walking away from confusion. The fog is lifting. The fear is breaking. The favor is increasing. God's glory is not arriving as a trickle. It is coming as a wave. And you were born to stand under it, to be saturated in it, to carry it to others who have lost their way. That's why the blessing is so heavy, because it is not only for you. You are a vessel. What God is pouring into you now will flow into your family, your community, your calling, and generations you haven't even met yet. Do not dismiss this moment. It may feel too big for you, but it is not too big for your God. He knew the exact weight your hands could carry. He knew the depth of the character you were building in secret. He knew the nights you stayed faithful when no one was watching. That is why the release now is so personal. So precise. So perfectly timed. You were not forgotten. You were not overlooked. You were being preserved. The money is not just for ease. It is for empowerment. You will rise in ways that do not make sense to those around you. Doors will swing open without explanation. People will favor you without knowing why. It is not chance. It is heaven. When Archangel Michael moves, resistance dies and breakthrough lives. When he moves, there is no force in hell that can stand in the way. That is what is happening now. God is reintroducing you, not to the world, but to your destiny. You will look in the mirror and see someone stronger, freer, more radiant than you ever imagined. Because this time, you are walking in blessing that does not come from striving, but from surrender. From obedience. From divine inheritance. If you feel the weight of this promise touching your spirit, type 1212 in the comments. Let heaven see that your hands are open to receive what was always meant for you. There are moments in life that shift everything. This is one of them. You don't have to try and figure out how. You don't need to work out the logistics. All you need is to say yes in your heart. Because when God speaks, all creation listens. The earth responds. The wind carries his command. The angels are dispatched. And now they are standing around you, delivering, guarding, protecting, establishing, and confirming every word. No enemy plan will succeed. No voice of doubt will prevail. No attack will last. Because heaven has spoken and said, it is your time. You have walked through enough fire to know what pain feels like. But now, you will walk in enough favor to know what peace tastes like. You will sleep without anxiety. You will give without fear. You will move without second guessing. This is not just an upgrade in your bank account. This is an upgrade in your atmosphere. A full transformation of everything around you. The weight of warfare is being lifted because the weight of glory is being placed. And this glory carries provision. This glory carries answers. This glory carries justice. Every injustice done to you is being addressed by the hand of God. You do not need to fight back. You need only to stand still and let the Lord show you what recompense looks like. When you were left out, it hurt. When you were passed over, it broke you. But now, God is setting a table before you. Not just any table. A royal table. A table of covenant. A table that cannot be removed, cannot be ignored, cannot be stopped. You are being honored in front of the very situations that once tried to silence you. This is not hype. This is heaven. This is not fantasy. This is fulfillment. This is not random. This is divine reversal. And you are the recipient. Your hands will hold what your heart has carried in prayer for so long. Your feet will stand in places your mind couldn't even imagine. Because God is that faithful. That good. That generous. That intentional. There is a reason you couldn't quit. A reason you didn't give up. A reason you kept going. You were being carried. Heaven was holding you. And now, heaven is rewarding you. The wealth that is arriving will be visible, yes. But more than that, it will be undeniable. God will make sure there is no doubt about who did it. Your testimony will not just be about the breakthrough but about the one who gave it. The words, "Your money has arrived," still carry weight, still carry the sound of breakthrough, still thunder through the spiritual realm with authority that no earthly voice can cancel. This is heaven rewriting the ending of your story, turning it into a testimony so powerful, it will silence every lie that was ever spoken against your name. The promise is alive. It has breath. It has motion. It is no longer something coming. It is something that is here. You don't need to chase it. You only need to align your heart, still your thoughts, and receive it like a child receives a gift with no fear of it being taken away. This is not a moment of striving. This is a moment of supernatural receiving. You fought so long just to survive. But now the fight has shifted. God is fighting for you. His angels are defending what belongs to you. Archangel Michael is not only delivering your divine resources, he is standing between you and anything that would try to rob you of this appointed blessing. There is a wall of fire around your name now. There is a seal over your portion. What is yours cannot be stolen, cannot be swapped, cannot be delayed again. This is not just about money entering your life. It is about everything that comes with that release: freedom, peace, clarity, stability, and boldness to step into the life God always intended for you. You are not meant to live in survival mode. You are not meant to feel anxiety every time the bills come. You are not meant to live with fear in your chest every time you step into the unknown. That is not your portion. The enemy tried to sell you that lie, but heaven is correcting it now. If you know in your spirit that this breakthrough is for you, then type 777 in the comments. That number is perfection. That number is completion. That number is God's signature on your life. The money that is arriving is more than physical provision. It is spiritual confirmation. It is heaven saying, "I have not forgotten what I promised you." It is God whispering, "You are not invisible. You are not too late. You are not broken beyond repair." This is restoration with interest. This is beauty for ashes. This is joy for mourning. This is recompense for every wound. There is nothing accidental about the timing of this. God is never rushed, but He is never late. The 10 minutes spoken over your life are not symbolic. They are prophetic. Because heaven doesn't need hours to do what it can do in a moment. What seemed impossible yesterday is now breaking open without resistance. What used to feel too far away to even pray about is now within reach. And what's more, you will not have to beg for it. You will not have to prove you deserve it. God's love for you was never based on your performance. It was always based on your position, as His child, His beloved, His chosen one. That identity does not change based on how you feel or what others say. His love is anchored. His favor is established. His word is forever settled in heaven. This release is also a lifting. A lifting of heaviness. A lifting of shame. A lifting of weariness. The money is not the main thing. It is the sign that everything else attached to it, your purpose, your peace, your next steps, is being loosed from heaven with it. And when heaven releases, earth cannot resist. This is not just for your bank account. This is for your confidence. For your voice. For your ability to walk into rooms and know you are not inferior. For your heart to finally rest at night without the weight of tomorrow's unknowns. God is not only providing. He is healing. He is restoring the parts of you that believed nothing would ever change. He is silencing the internal voice that grew tired of waiting. You are stepping into a season where you will finally understand what it feels like to breathe without fear, to walk without hesitation, to give without regret, to live without limits. Because when heaven releases, it never stops with just one area of your life. This overflow is touching everything connected to you. Your family, your home, your health, your mind, your atmosphere, it is all being saturated in God's presence and provision. You are about to see what it looks like when heaven answers in full. You will witness the kind of peace that cannot be explained, the kind of joy that does not depend on external situations, the kind of favor that finds you even when you are not looking for it. God is that generous, that intentional, that loving. And if your heart is starting to receive this, let heaven know by typing 999 in the comments. That is the sound of finality and fresh beginning. That is the mark of something ending and something better beginning. You will never again be the same. This moment has shifted your atmosphere. This word has unlocked a divine response. Angels are still moving. Doors are still opening. Answers are still being delivered. You are under an open heaven. You are not watching someone else's miracle. You are standing in your own. Keep your posture ready. Keep your spirit open. This is not the time to doubt. This is not the time to retreat. You are being invited into a depth of favor that requires trust. Not fear. Not striving. Just trust. God is not just answering one need. He is rewriting the atmosphere of your life. Your name is being whispered in places of influence. Your hands are being anointed for ideas, for strategy, for creativity, for solutions. You will not only be provided for, you will become the answer for others. The money arriving is not just to meet your needs but to fund your mission, to support your vision, to advance the kingdom in ways you never thought possible. This is the shift from being the one in need to being the one who provides. The one who gives. The one who builds. The one who leads. You are stepping into the fullness of your identity. The time is now. The doors are open. The heavens are responding. The angels are moving. And your life will never again return to what it was. This is the kind of word that reshapes your reality, not only in the natural but deep in your spirit where doubt used to live. It reaches the places that fear tried to occupy and fills them with faith so strong that nothing can uproot it. You are in the middle of a divine exchange, and nothing about this moment is ordinary. The arrival of your money is the beginning of the fulfillment of every hidden promise, every whispered prayer, every time you chose obedience over comfort. Heaven remembers. God remembers. And now, everything you surrendered is returning with increase. You have entered a moment where God's generosity is overtaking your limitations. Where His abundance is confronting your lack. Where His timing is healing the wounds of delay. This is not a slow trickle. This is an unstoppable flood. The blessings of God are not crawling toward you, they are overtaking you. And nothing can stop what God has already placed in motion. You will look around and not recognize your life, not because something changed slowly over time, but because one divine moment touched everything and turned it all around. That is what happens when the angels are involved. That is what happens when Archangel Michael is dispatched by God Himself to release provision, protection, and divine reward. This is not imagination. This is manifestation. This is heaven revealing what it has been holding for you all along. If you can feel this moment rising in your spirit, then type 1010 in the comments right now. Let that number be a prophetic agreement with what is arriving. 10 is the number of completion, of fullness, of divine order. That is what you are walking into. The battles you fought weren't just about your finances. They were about your faith. The enemy didn't want your money. He wanted your hope. He wanted your voice. He wanted to wear you down to the point that you stopped expecting anything good. But he failed. Because you are still here. Still believing. Still standing. And that is why the breakthrough cannot be stopped now. You are not a victim of time. You are a vessel of glory. And the blessing that has arrived is proof that you were never forgotten. Every delay was a setup for a more perfect release. Every closed door was a protection. Every tear you cried became a seed. And now, the harvest is here. Heaven is not just responding to your need, it is responding to your persistence. You stayed when others gave up. You believed when it would have been easier to walk away. You lifted your eyes to God when everything in you wanted to bow your head in defeat. And now, God is lifting you in front of everything that once tried to bury you. This release is touching more than your wallet. It is touching your identity. God is reminding you who you are. You are not a person who barely gets by. You are not someone scraping through life. You are royalty. You are set apart. You are marked with favor. And you are stepping into a season where you will not have to explain how things happened, you will simply live in the evidence of God's hand. This blessing is generational. It is not coming just to visit. It is coming to dwell. To plant roots. To build legacy. Your children and your children's children will know the God who showed up in your life and shifted everything. They will live in the overflow of what you believed for, what you stayed faithful for, what you refused to let go of when it got hard. And you will not carry guilt for this blessing. You will not shrink yourself to make others comfortable. You will not explain away the favor that is now resting on your life. You will walk in it boldly, knowing it was God who lifted you, God who chose you, God who sustained you, and God who rewarded you. Let there be no doubt, this is the favor of God. This is not luck. Not chance. Not accident. This is the intentional movement of heaven in your direction. This is what happens when the King of Kings writes your name on the blessing and commands his angels to deliver it without delay. Archangel Michael has fought battles you never saw to bring this moment to your doorstep. You didn't have to win the war because heaven already won it for you. You didn't have to open every door, God sent someone to unlock it. You didn't have to explain your worth, God already called you worthy. That's why the money has arrived. That's why the season has shifted. That's why peace is flowing where pressure once lived. And still, this is only the beginning. There is more being written even now. The pen of heaven has not lifted. Your story is still unfolding. This blessing was not sent to finish the journey, it was sent to fuel it. You will go further now. You will dream bigger. You will speak louder. You will give without fear. You will rise without limit. If you believe that this release has ignited something deeper in you, something you can't even fully explain yet, type 1515 in the comments. That number is a sign of divine increase and double restoration. You are not just stepping into a new chapter. You are stepping into an entirely new book. A new testimony. A new rhythm. A new kind of faith. One that is not heavy. One that is not hard. One that flows from a heart that knows God is faithful, not just in theory, but in experience. You will no longer have to convince yourself that things will get better. You will simply see it happen. Day by day. Step by step. Glory by glory. Because what God starts, He finishes. And what He blesses, He never abandons. So take a deep breath. Let your spirit rest. The striving is over. The warfare is lifting. The sound you hear in your soul is the sound of heaven rejoicing. Because you made it. Because you stayed. Because you're ready. Not the nights you stayed up asking Him if He still had a plan for you, not the times you pushed through fear with trembling faith, not the seasons where you gave your last, trusted when it hurt, loved when it cost you everything. Heaven has counted it all, and now the reward is manifesting in a way that will bring healing to the years you thought you lost. When God says your money has arrived, it is more than just a statement about provision, it is a declaration of justice. It is heaven correcting everything that was unfair, everything that was stolen, everything that broke you in silence. This is the season of divine payback, where what you lost will return pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is the season where heaven itself makes a public demonstration of its faithfulness to you. If your spirit is receiving this truth, type 1717 in the comments. Let that number echo through the heavens as a sign of divine reward and double honor. This is a supernatural wealth transfer, and it is touching more than your account, it is touching your confidence, your voice, your influence. You are about to walk in rooms you once felt unqualified for. You are about to receive invitations that don't make sense on paper but are perfectly aligned in the spirit. You are being seated in places that require no explanation, only obedience. This is not because of who you know, but because of who knows you. God has always seen you. Even when the world ignored you, when others passed by without noticing, when you felt invisible even in rooms full of people. God saw your heart. He saw your sacrifice. And He remembered. This release is not a reward for perfection. It is the harvest of faithfulness. Even your weakest yes moved heaven. Even your quietest prayer shook the throne room. And now, the answer is here. This is the moment where what was delayed is being delivered. Not just one thing, not just a portion, but the full blessing. You will not leave this season with crumbs. You will not walk away with leftovers. You will walk away with the full measure of what was written with your name on it from the beginning. Archangel Michael does not move without command. If he has come carrying this wealth, then heaven has made a decision that cannot be overturned. The spiritual realm is aligning in your favor. The atmosphere is bending to make room for your breakthrough. You are being carried by grace into a season you didn't even know how to pray for. God is not giving you this blessing to impress people. He's giving it to express His love, to affirm what He's already placed inside of you, to equip you for what's coming next. The money, the peace, the freedom, it's all a tool, a confirmation, a door. And you are the one who will walk through it boldly, because this time you know it was never about the money, it was about the mission. This wealth is for more than comfort. It is for purpose, for vision, for impact. You will be able to build what God put in your heart years ago. You will be able to support others without fear of running out. You will live in a rhythm of giving, not out of pressure but out of overflow. You will no longer wonder how you'll make it. You'll begin to ask how many lives you can touch with what you've received. You were never meant to stay in survival mode. That was a season, not a sentence. You were never created to live in fear of lack. That was a storm, not your identity. Now, the rain has passed and the sun of favor is shining. And the money that has arrived is only the beginning of the healing that is sweeping through your entire life. You will feel it in your body, strength returning, energy rising, health improving, because financial pressure will no longer be stealing your peace. You will feel it in your mind, clarity replacing confusion, wisdom flowing freely, because you no longer have to operate under constant stress. You will feel it in your relationships, because the heaviness that once divided you from others will be lifted. This is what it looks like when heaven blesses not just your hands, but your house. You are the one God is trusting to carry this. Not because you are flawless, but because your heart is open. Because He knows you will not forget where it came from. Because He knows you'll carry the weight of blessing with reverence. This is sacred. What is being given to you is holy. It came through the fire. It came through the angels. It came from God's own hand. He is not just the God who gives. He is the God who restores. And this release is evidence that the God who sees in secret is now rewarding you openly. Do not let fear steal this moment. Don't let thoughts of, "Is this really for me?" enter your mind. Yes, it is for you. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's time. This is not a test. This is the real thing. You are no longer waiting. You are receiving. Heaven has already spoken. The angels are already moving. The breakthrough is already touching earth. And you are standing in the middle of the fulfillment. Everything is shifting. What felt like a dead end is becoming a passageway. What looked like loss is revealing itself as setup. What once felt hopeless is now filled with possibility. This is what happens when heaven invades your story. This is what happens when God decides to showcase His love for you in a way that cannot be denied. There will be miracles attached to this moment. There will be unexpected phone calls, emails, connections, approvals. The timeline you thought was broken is being restored. The opportunities that passed you by are circling back with new favor. God is making sure that nothing meant for you will be missed. Nothing destined for you will be denied. Let peace settle in your soul now. Let faith rise up in your chest. You are not imagining this. You are not dreaming. This is not hype. This is God. This is the presence of heaven wrapping around your life with intention, with compassion, with unstoppable force. You are not walking into blessing. You are already inside of it. The shift has happened. The atmosphere around you is different. The pressure that sat on your shoulders for years has lifted, and in its place is the weight of glory, a presence so holy, so full of peace, so filled with purpose that it cannot be explained, only experienced. This wealth is not coming from man. It is coming from the storehouses of heaven. It is not bound by the limits of the economy, or your job title, or your past. God is not looking at your credit score. He is looking at your heart. He is not measuring your qualifications. He is moving by His mercy. And when mercy moves, no earthly system can stop it. You are receiving now not because you earned it, but because He promised it. And God never lies. This financial release is attached to your obedience. It's connected to your surrender. Not the loud, public moments, but the private ones. The moments where you said yes to God when it cost you everything. The moments you gave when you didn't have much left. The times you lifted your hands in worship with tears in your eyes, wondering if He still heard you. Heaven saw all of it. And heaven never forgets. You are not just receiving wealth. You are stepping into divine inheritance. You are stepping into the promises that were made over your bloodline generations ago. You are the one God chose to carry the shift. You are the one He's pouring into, because He knows you will pour it out. You will use this wealth not only for yourself, but to bring healing to others. To bless. To build. To restore. You are not just a receiver. You are a distributor of kingdom abundance. If you feel this word confirming what you've carried in your heart for so long, type Amen in the comments now. Let your faith agree with what heaven is still unfolding. The presence of Archangel Michael in this moment means the release is fully guarded. There is nothing the enemy can do to interfere now. The battle was already fought in the spirit. The barriers have been torn down. The resistance has been silenced. The delay has been dismantled. You are not fighting for this anymore. You are receiving. This is a season where you rest in what God already released. You will notice things around you changing. Not by your effort, but by God's hand. You will see debts canceled. You will witness provision flowing in from unexpected places. You will hear news that shifts the course of your life. But more than that, you will begin to feel the peace that comes from knowing that you are fully, deeply, eternally taken care of by the Creator Himself. God is not just funding your needs. He is funding your calling. There are ideas in you that have been waiting for resources. There are dreams that have been delayed because you didn't yet have the tools to build them. But now, the resources are arriving with the release. The vision you thought had died is waking up again. The blueprints are coming back. The doors that were once locked are swinging open because now the time is right. This is a season of divine partnerships. God is sending the right people, with the right hearts, carrying the right assignments. You will not have to beg to be seen. You will not have to explain your value. The favor on your life will speak for you. The light of God resting on you will draw exactly who and what is meant to align with your next chapter. You are no longer hidden. You are no longer in waiting. The spotlight of heaven is shining, not to glorify you, but to reveal the work of God through you. Your life is becoming a testimony in motion. People who once overlooked you will watch the glory of God unfold through your story, and they will know it had nothing to do with chance and everything to do with promise. You will be able to bless without hesitation. You will give from the overflow, not from your last. You will fund other people's prayers, because God trusted you with more than enough. This is the wealth transfer the Word speaks about. This is the moment the righteous rise. Not to boast. Not to hoard. But to lift others. To build kingdom spaces. To erase lack where it once ruled. If this is confirming everything your spirit has been carrying, type 222 in the comments. Let the heavens hear your agreement. This is your alignment. This is your moment to stand boldly in what God has freely given. Let go of the old language of lack. Stop rehearsing what didn't work. Stop reliving what you lost. That was then. This is now. God has done a new thing, and it is already springing up. Can you feel it in your soul? The fear is gone. The weight has shifted. You are no longer begging for breakthrough. You are living in it. You will not apologize for this favor. You will not shrink to make others comfortable. You will not doubt what God is doing just because it doesn't make sense to others. This is between you and heaven. And heaven has made a decision about your life that no one can override. You will not lose this blessing. You will not miss it. You will not waste it. Because this time, your heart is ready. Your hands are steady. Your faith is rooted. And your spirit is aligned. You know who it came from. And you know what it's for. So breathe deeper. Rest fully. Smile again without pretending. You are not under pressure. You are under promise. You are not beneath the storm. You are above it. You are not chasing the blessing. It has already found you. And as the release continues, as heaven keeps pouring, know this: God is far from finished. The next layer of this blessing will unfold with even greater clarity, and every step you take from here will be guided by favor and marked by peace. There is a stillness settling in your spirit right now, not because things are perfect, but because you know deep down that something has shifted permanently. You're no longer hoping for a breakthrough, you're standing in it. And even though your natural eyes may not yet see all the evidence, your spirit knows. You feel the weight lifting, the atmosphere shifting, the peace settling. This is what it feels like when heaven touches earth. This is what it feels like when the words God has spoken over your life stop being distant promises and start becoming present reality. The wait is over. The appointed time is here. You are now living in the very moment you prayed for years ago. And God is not done. He is not only delivering what you've asked, He's exceeding it. Let this word cover you like a blanket. Let it settle into your bones. Let it quiet the lies that once made you question if you were forgotten. You were never forgotten. You were being hidden, prepared, protected, and now you are being released into fullness. The veil has been lifted. The favor has been assigned. The angels have gone ahead of you, and nothing can hold back what God has ordered. You are no longer in pursuit of the promise. The promise is pursuing you. Goodness and mercy are overtaking you. Blessings are arriving without struggle. This is not the result of striving. This is the fruit of surrender. You bowed low, and now God is lifting you high, not to elevate your pride, but to elevate His glory through your life. If you're receiving this with your whole heart, type Amen in the comments. Let your faith agree with what your future is already walking into. Archangel Michael has been assigned to this moment for a reason. He does not come on casual errands. He arrives for battles that have already been won in the heavens, to make sure that the victory is enforced in the earth. That's what's happening in your life right now. The victory has been settled. What God spoke over your life cannot return void. Michael is not delivering a maybe. He is releasing a yes.